what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing, kind of, with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, my dad is here.
Morning.
How you doing? How you doing, Pops?
Pretty good, thank you.
You good?
I'm doing pretty good, but I'm not too happy with the outcome.
The outcome of what?
You know, women get their way, they get what they want, they do whatever they want, and everybody just favors them.
That's it.
They never look at nobody, at the side point of view of the man. It's always their right, no matter if they were wrong. And I totally disagree, but what are we talking about anyway?
We're talking about Kubret Pulev and Mrs. Jenny Sushi. The kiss heard around the world.
Unreal.
Unreal.
I mean, women can flaunt it any old way and get away with it, and a man does something wrong, and the whole world goes wrong.
Makes me sick to my stomach sometimes.
I'm still throwing up from the other day.
Okay, so yeah, so I guess I'll ask you now. What were your thoughts when you first saw the Kubret Pulev, just kiss the girl? What did you think? What was the first thing that went through your mind?
In that reaction, I basically said that I have 2 point of views on that. I think he was in the wrong by just being aggressive with her and very unprofessional in that fact. But at the same token, she didn't push him back. She didn't retaliate. And don't give me this junk. Oh, I felt uncomfortable. You didn't feel uncomfortable. He put those lips on you. So I think she's a lot of times what happens is a lot of women, they give the wrong message or they take advantage of the situation for their own, and that's what happened here. And I think to be on Pulev's side also, he's come from another country. Their culture might be different than ours. You know what I mean? Men might have to be. Men have to be more aggressive anywhere, but I'm saying in his culture might be different. But to be said, I'm gonna say again, Sushi was wrong. She was wrong, but she led him on too. It's like me putting you a piece of cake in front of you and taking it away from you, putting it back in front of you. No, and my son was showing me some previous other videos that she was literally close to him and everything. So, I mean, she gave the wrong message too. I mean, in one video she was like right there, like glue. So, what do you want Pulev to do? She was giving the wrong message.
Yeah. The day before, see, the people always they've seen the interview of what happened, but very few people, because you can go look at the YouTube numbers. Like
right.
I think it was like 1.4 million have watched that one where he kissed her.
Yeah.
And then about 61,000 watched the interview from the day before. So there's a big gap there. The day before, she interviewed him. The day before the fight, she interviewed him for like 40 seconds, and it wasn't exactly the most professional interview. I mean, she's like this,
yeah, she's yanking him like this,
and
come here,
and like
he's trying to
there was a bit of flirting going on.
Yeah.
Like there was a bit of flirting going on. Pulev said, "I feel strong," and he's like, "Oh, you look strong. You look real strong."
Yeah.
Like it was real like flirtatious body language. So like,
and if she and just like a man knows what he's doing, a woman knows what she's doing, and she led him on to believe that. I mean, because if she really didn't want nothing with him, for one, she would not flaunt her big hooters in front of him, close to him, and get as close as he did. As a professional reporter, you need to give him space. Yeah. But the guy getting the wrong message from her, Pulev got the wrong message. She led him on, and from my son said from the video before, you see her tagging on him and everything, pulling him back. I mean, and flirting with him close to him. So I think she's in more than the wrong than he is. But society, who knows? Absolutely.
This whole incident, I'm not gonna lie, this whole incident like with Jenny Sushi, because I never heard of her. I never heard of Jenny Sushi before this interview. And I park my ass in this chair every day, and I watch all kinds of boxing YouTube channels. I consume boxing content like crazy. Yeah. Never heard of her until this interview. Now, this is Pulev's U.S. debut against Bogdan Dinu.
I guarantee he won't come back.
And he won't want to come back because literally, like now, this girl, like if he loses this case, because she hired like one of the top women's defense attorneys in Gloria Aldridge. I think she did something like the Bill Cosby case and all that stuff. Right. And if she wins, if she wins the case, he's screwed. If he gets a Joshua fight, she's gonna want a piece of the money.
Either or,
he might lose his title shot against Joshua. He might lose his boxer's license because they want him to be sanctioned. They want him to be freaking stripped of his boxer's license. So she's trying to fuck with his livelihood at this point.
At this time, she did not care about that. But like somebody else was telling me, like, why did she wait a few days afterwards to even come out with all the other stuff that he was doing? Why didn't he come out at that moment? Yeah. If Pulev grappled her buns and did what he had to do and did all this stuff, why? This is what gets me about women. Not that I don't hate women. I respect everything about women. I just hate women when, for example, look at the Bill Cosby shit case and other cases. Women will stay in the closet for the longest time, and then once one comes out, everything comes out. Why didn't it come out when it actually happened? Like, the minute that Pulev grabbed her buns, she should have reported that right off the bat. Did she do that? No. She went to see a prominent lawyer that's good at her cases. And like I said, I'm not taking sides with either one. I'm just trying to open-minded about the whole thing. But I think it's both of them. I don't think it was just one. Everything's initiated by both of them.
Yeah.
Yes, he could have been more professional when he grabbed her and he acted upon that. But based on the evidence, now I sound like a lawyer. Based on the evidence from the prior videos, you could see who was initiating the whole protocol and everything. So, I mean, this case can go anywhere. I feel bad for Pulev. People might say, oh, you're wrong. No, I'm not wrong. If you go to a party or you go to a workplace and sexual harassment is a big thing, and women put on these tight clothes on and call attention, and you look at them the wrong way, now you're wrong. But they won't say that the woman's wrong because she put those clothes on. No. She has a right.
And that's the thing. It's like, and I'm not saying as men that we need to objectify women because I don't condone that. But women don't even like value themselves enough to be modest. You know, men we're very visual people.
Right.
So you come if you come and your breasts are hanging out and you got your body exposed.
The bottom line is, if you're good looking, you got a gorgeous body, sex sells.
That's it.
Bottom line.
That's it. That's why I haven't seen no ugly boxing reporter succeed.
No. And you probably won't.
And you probably won't. I mean, Christina Poncher, Michelle Phelps, Helen Yee.
And you have it like not just in boxing. You have it in any business venture. You have it in car racing, where you have the girls. You have it in
rain car girls.
Rain car girls. Yeah. Sex sells, so that's why you have a lot of that. But at the same token, you need to carry yourself in a professional manner. I don't think she truly did carry herself. People say, oh, well, she felt uncomfortable at that moment. No, she didn't. Look at the evidence. Look at the other videos that my son was just telling me about, and I seen them. And I honestly think she initiated it also. So I don't think it should all be all on Pulev's fault.
Yeah, I think particularly in America, women gotta start being held more accountable. Like they get away with murder, like just murder. Yeah. They can say what they want. They don't get reprimanded. They can wear what they want, and they don't get like criticized. And it's a very dangerous time to be a man. Like,
for example, women have been crying for years. Equality. When this situation, but it's good for the gander, it's good for the goose. What I mean by that is, she wanted to be equal. They better give her equal injustice to her too. She was two wrongs don't make a right, but she didn't help the situation. She actually provoked the situation. I'm not hating on her, so I don't want to hear comments saying, "Oh, you use a woman thing, whatever it's called." No, I'm just telling how I see it, and that's why I see it. She led him on to that. She led him to the dessert. She flirted with him prior to all that. Yeah. And there's evidence to that, so that's all going to show up in the court. I'm very I'm surprised he did it, but then again, I don't know how his culture is. I know when I was in the military and I went to Saudi Arabia, women were like second hand. They couldn't even eat with the guys. They had to like sit like with dogs on the other side. They couldn't even actually sit with them at all. They were like second to third class in Saudi Arabia. And this is me coming from America, seeing them like, what the hell? No, they don't eat. They don't eat with the guys or nothing. It's crazy. So you don't know what I'm getting at. You don't know what his culture is. Maybe his culture. We all need to be dominant males, but maybe his culture calls a different way. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not taking his side. I'm just giving you guys my opinion on how I see things. I think it's both of their faults. I think that she was wrong in a certain way, but he also was in that moment. But she let it on. So that's my point on that.
Yeah. And honestly, I think this incident is very unfortunate for Pulev because this whole incident has overshadowed what was a very good fight.
It just kills me.
Was a very good fight.
What kills me is somebody gets a big opportunity for something, a woman does something, and all of a sudden everything drops. You lose everything just because of a woman. You know what I mean? It's crazy. That's
why sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it is better. Sometimes, I don't hate women, but, sometimes I don't get mad at guys when they say, yo, I'm just better off being alone.
Yeah, you don't want a headache. You don't want the headache, especially, how many businessmen have been divorced and lost a lot because of a woman? This is that. I remember one time I had to go to court for one time, and I couldn't even, in the state of Florida, it's more for the women, and I had to go to the court because I had to deal with a situation in custody, whatever the case was. And I was just explaining my side as a veteran and everything, and I have a clean record and everything. You know what the judge told me? You just need to be quiet. You're in contempt of court. Oh, so okay, I can't say what I want, but she's right with no proof, but I'm wrong. So what do you get out of that? That's in the state of Florida. I don't know how it is, but I mean, in the world as a whole, women get away with murder. And like I said, I'm not saying guys don't do wrong things either, but in this case,
really in America more than any country.
Yeah, they
in the Middle Eastern countries, this don't happen.
No,
India,
they'll throw rocks. They'll put you on the rock. They throw rocks at you.
Oh, man.
If you do disrespect your culture or whatever, they'll throw rocks. I'm telling you. But like I said, I'm not hating. I just think it's very unfortunate for Pulev where his career is going to go now, all because of one. Yeah, he made a dumb move, but she didn't help the matter either. You know, it's like putting the cheese in to catch a mouse or a rat. And that's what happened. And like I said, my son will tell you about the other videos. You know, but that's what I feel about it. I respect everybody's opinion. I just don't think that it should just be like, oh, he committed the crime, he did this, he did that. When she could be what do you call it when somebody commits a crime and she's part of the crime? They call it
accessory to murder.
Yeah, accessory to the crime. She was a big accessory to the crime to commit it. That's my point on that too.
Yeah. So Pulev, he's gonna have to be called. He might have his IBF mandatory strict from him.
But if that happens there, is that gonna affect him in this country?
In America or Bulgaria?
No, in Bulgaria. Or just here. But I know
I never thought about that, but
the money's all here. I understand you can make more money here, but I'm saying as far as going back to his country, they'll just accept it, or we don't know, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I knew one Bulgarian guy who used to write for me,
right?
And he's a big Pulev fan. Pulev is like an icon there, pretty much. Like the way we look at like, I don't know, Evander Holyfield or like something like that. That's how Pulev is like in Bulgaria. Because they only have a lot of sports figures there, so I'm sure he'll still be beloved there, but
I mean, his ego's gotta be strong. I'm not gonna say that can't be his downfall either. Yeah,
you know what's funny? His girlfriend. I saw a comment from his girlfriend. Even his girlfriend was like, even his girlfriend was like, yeah, that girl.
Okay, so you know what? It's coming from the horse's mouth. If a woman says, another woman says what she did was wrong for the sign language, guess what? She's a woman. That's not a man's point of view. She knows what she was doing. Yeah. So guess what? There you go. The facts are right there.
All right, so you guys, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What do you think about Pulev and just like this whole incident with Mrs. Jenny Sushi, who all of a sudden, you know, that video has got.
But didn't you tell me she owned
yes. Oh, so for those of you who don't know about Jenny Sushi, she from what I gathered on her Instagram account, okay, her Instagram account is called Sushi Art, and she owns a business of some sorts where she's got like, I'm not even kidding you, she's got naked females, like you see those naked females lying down like this. They be like this, and they'll have like sushi all over their bodies, and they can sit and you can eat sushi right off their bodies.
So what that tells you about her?
It tells you that she's a very sexual individual.
Exactly. So what I'm saying, the background from her, that I don't know, tells you what type of mentality she has.
Yeah.
And then another point that my son and I were talking about is her surroundings when she interviews the boxer. Yeah, you have to be away from the crowd. So but she picks certain, right? You told that she interviewed him behind the tent.
Well, no, that was fine. The tent thing wasn't so bad. Okay. I was trying to tell my dad earlier that it wasn't where she interviewed him. It was how close she was to him. Because I watch a lot of interviews, and Helen Yee, big shout out to Helen Yee. Yeah. You know, she's very attractive, and she's got the same features that Jenny Sushi has. Like, you know, she got big breasts, like just like Jenny Sushi. Yeah. And Helen Yee, you don't see Helen Yee close and distance like she's not like this with whoever she's
not yanking on him like, come here.
Yeah, she's not like Helen Yee is very composed. She's professional. She's got a microphone. She's asking her questions. You know, there's no suggestive body language. You know, same thing with who I think is the best. Without a shadow, without the best female reporter, Christina Poncher. Yeah. You know, just did stuff at Top Rank. She's not that way. I haven't seen her.
Michelle Phelps too. Okay. I like Michelle.
I like Michelle, but you know.
Yeah, whatever.
She has her thing, but it was how close she was to people. Yeah. That's what really got to me.
I mean, when I seen those videos you showed me, I was like, oh my god, those videos probably gonna have to be shown in court. The court of law. Oh yeah. Because I mean, she was initiating a lot of stuff. Even when she was initiating, she was like literally close to him, like a married couple. Looking up to him, giving him the eyes, giving him this, flaunting those big hooters in front of him. You know what I mean? So she was already flirting with him before they even actually had the fight. So she already had this pre-planned, more or less. Yeah. I'm not saying she came with a plan, a notebook.
But she was opportunity. She was like, okay, well, he kissed me. Pulev said got money. You know.
Yeah. And women know that, like just like Brandon said it. Pulev's girlfriend, she's a woman, so she knows the signs. She knows that's not from a man's point of view. That's from a woman's point of view. So I'm gonna say again, I think both of them were wrong to a certain degree. It was just one, but here in America, they're just bashing this guy without even knowing all the evidence.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with Pulev. Yeah. His IBF mandatory could be.
So my question to you: if Pulev, let's say they cancel his license, everything, who will be the next mandatory for Joshua or whoever?
I saw this yesterday. I was reading about this yesterday. It'll be between there's one guy's name I can't remember, and Adam Kalnaki. They might call here. I'll pull it up for you.
Is he a decent boxer?
The one guy that they're gonna call the mandatory for, I never heard of him. It was here you go for the IBF. So yeah, the number 3 will probably fight the number 4, which is Ajit Caballero.
Wow.
They'll probably order him versus Adam Kalnacki. So we're
the one of those two.
We're looking at the winner of that. Maybe fighting Pulev or Joshua.
We're not saying that's what's gonna happen. We just
it's a possibility. Yeah. They might call because if Pulev if they say, look, Pulev, we're moving you for the rankings, they might say, okay, they might order number 3 versus number 4 because number 2 is not. They don't even have number 2.
Yeah.
But number 3, look, they don't have number 2. They're not rated.
Okay, that's crazy.
So yeah, Ajit Caballero might fight Adam Kalnacki, and the winner of that probably will get the title shot.
So we just stipulated that might happen if this whole thing goes on with because it's gonna drag on. You know that already.
Yeah. And it might even delay Joshua having to fulfill that mandatory. And the WBO might call mandatory before the IBF now.
Wow.
So you're looking at maybe Joshua fighting Dillian White later in the year.
Ooh, that'll be good.
Because Dillian White's the WBO number 1 contender.
Right. Okay, so like my son said, we'll keep you we'll keep you in track of this soap opera between Pulev and
Mrs. Sushi.
Miss Sushi, whatever her name is. Look at her background and see where she comes from and see what type of mentality she has. And I honestly think she wasn't. He was wrong. Like I say again, he was wrong with what he did. He's very unprofessional, but she was an opportunity to take. Because if she really wanted to do all this, she would have done it at that moment. She didn't even do that. She waited a couple days. Don't tell me that you're shocked and you're frozen. If you had time to go find a lawyer and do all this, you had time to think of what you wanted to do. When somebody does anything to you, whether male or female, you need to get reported right away. And since I've been alive, I'm not saying that someone haven't done that. The majority of the women wait in the closet, and then when something comes out, they want to write a book about it.
Tell all book.
And I totally disagree with that. If he groped you before he kissed you, you should report it that. Why didn't you report that? If he grabbed you close eye, or allowed you that close space, why don't you say something he get close to you?
Why didn't you tell somebody?
My space.
If he did that at the club or at the fight, why didn't she tell anybody at the fight?
Yeah.
Why didn't she call the police? Why didn't she?
That's my whole point. Don't tell me that she was shocked. She's been around boxing for quite a while. I'm sure she's.
I don't think she has.
Or she interviewed somebody, whatever, and she knows the deal. And just like it, again, I'll go back to Pulev's girlfriend. She's a female. She knows the signs.
All right, so there you have it. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about the Pulev Sushi saga. All right, and leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, like I say in every single one of these videos. You can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Payday, and he's just a kid from where we from.
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
No, California, Florida.
Yeah.
Have a good day, guys.
All right, take care, guys.